Hey now, how's everybody? I hope that you will subscribe to what I am putting out. There is some things on my heart and mind that people need to understand, especially us black people. There's so many Uncle Toms in this world. And you know what? Uncle Tom doesn't even really mean traitor of black people. Because the true Uncle Tom, from what I gather, Uncle Tom did not beat the black slaves. Did not mistreat the black slaves as the white master that favored him commanded him to do, and he did not do it. This is why he was possibly killed, and that is how that story went. Not long ago, I was working at a security place. I was at a hospital there in Inglewood, and we had gotten another director that came on at the beginning of the year. So I've been there a little over 8 years, man. Little short black brother, kind of fat, chubby little guy. He was just weird. He pretty much thought that he knew it all, that his opinion was the master plan of whatever the situation was at hand. Anyway, make a long story short, I had been complaining about one of the Caucasian supervisors for quite a few years now. I had developed arthritis in my right foot because of all the standing. We had mandatory overtime that was put on us. This is back in 2014 or so. And graveyard shift was pretty much carrying the whole department. I was working a lot of 12-hour shifts, 14-hour shifts, a couple of 16-hour shifts, but mostly 12 to 14. So throughout the years, as you can imagine, the overtime gathered its toll. Up to about a year or so ago, when we was doing mandatory overtime, there was also under a no sit-down policy. So imagine you being on your feet pretty much all day, 12 to 14 hours. There was one sit-down post at the time. About a couple of years ago, they added another sit-down post, which was in the ER lobby. But hey, after working about 12 to 14 hours, your feet are very tired, especially if you're flat-footed like me. So anyway, this white supervisor would give me a hard time, and a black supervisor that was pretty much kissing his ass. This black supervisor was kissing his monkey ass, boy. I mean, me and this black supervisor, we was cool at first. I had met the brother's mother, his sister. We went and played bingo one time and shit. He was a cool little motherfucker, older guy in his early 50s. And then as soon as this white guy come on our shift, the white guy was normally a daytime supervisor. A few years ago, he came on the graveyard shift. Man, this brother changed, boy. He started changing little by little. Then he started talking to me and saying, saying the same kind of shit that the white man was saying to me about how I need to do my job if I'm caught sitting down. And if I can't do my job, then I got to think about some other employment, and I got to be a team player and all this fucking bullshit. He'll threaten to write me up, get me in some type of trouble. So this happened for quite a while. I went to HR, Human Resources, spoke to a sister. Sister, same. This is a trip, sister about the problem, She tells me to bring a doctor's note and whatnot, that he can't write me up for sitting down, yada, 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 This is a few years ago. So anyway, I had fell asleep. July 28th, I fell asleep. You can see me from the video. The video is showing me nodding off, waking up, nodding off. I'm fighting my sleep, around 3 in the morning. I asked the supervisor to switch my post. He said he would, give him a minute. He'll be right back. I didn't see him for a while, So I find out from co-workers that this white supervisor put me into a write-up and took it to the director and had let him know that I had fell asleep. Now, while I was asleep in the ER lobby, there was only a couple of people in there. It's very slow, around 3, 4 in the morning. A green gown patient had walked out of the ER lobby. Female. This kind of thing happens often. When it happens, we usually will call PD. You know, that's the protocol for when the green gown or any patient runs out, AMA, may have an IV in them or whatever. It happens, you know. I was not told of what was going on with the guards that were inside. I don't know where they were. The black supervisor, or excuse me, the black director did not want to tell me what was going on with the guards inside. He was so excited to suspend me for this. You know, I had to let him know, man, you acting like an Uncle Tom, man. You know, you's a brother. And I told y'all this white guy was giving me problems and everything. You know, first me and the white guy was cool. But you know how they is sometimes when they is the way they is. He was so excited, so I say, man, you acting like Uncle Tom, man. Next thing I know, the suspension from falling asleep turns into a termination because I told the motherfucker he was acting like Uncle Tom. He went and told the black girl from HR that I called him an Uncle Tom. So they got together, huddled up and shit, wanted me to get about the motherfucker. After over 8 years of service, that's the only thing they had to get me about that bitch. Now check this out. Now just a couple of months ago or so, this white supervisor who they protected, kissed his ass and everything, made the motherfucker feel all comfortable. He was falling asleep in the office. It was on video camera. And he would go in the office for hours at a time before he'll come out. You understand? It would be another supervisor maybe working on the shift with him. So he was not supposed to be in there. He's supposed to be like a regular officer. He'd go in there and sleep and everything and come out, you know. It was on tape. So they didn't suspend him until, months later, after I was suspended, or fired rather, from calling him an Uncle Tom. But anyway, this motherfucker here, you know, we all got together, the whole security company, a couple of years ago, and took a petition to HR about how this white supervisor would make us feel uncomfortable. You know, he would say little racial comments, and, you know, you knew he was a motherfucker that didn't really like races. That's the way he's acting. You know, he was a real bitch-ass motherfucker. You know what I mean? But anyway, a couple of months ago, this motherfucker, he took a taser. See, we started carrying tasers because it was starting to get crazy up there at the hospital. So our director, our good director, prior to this little Uncle Tom motherfucker, he got us to be able to carry tasers. Extra $2 pay. This white motherfucker a couple of months ago, he gonna shoot, accidentally now, horseplaying, he gonna shoot one of our own guards with the taser gun. Came to find out that the guard was unresponsive for a while. And then they decided to fire this white motherfucker. Now these are black motherfuckers that I'm talking about now. And I just want y'all to know and understand, black people, we need to come together. We need to really be more of a unit than that. You know, because all these other races, they look at us, they see how stupid we act. They shooting us, we talking about Black Lives Matter and all this, and which it does. But what it really needs to do is it needs to matter to us more than what it has been. You understand what I mean? Y'all check it out, man. Check it out. Please. Pray, and let's come to an understanding that we do need to serve God. We need to love God. And then we can love each other. Because if you don't know God, then how we gonna love each other? Huh? All right now. That's part of the message I got. Hey now, I got a message for the world. This is me, Jay. A little later on, I'll show you how handsome I look and everything. I'm just rolling now. Finna go up to the store and get a little milk for the baby, you know, and get some water and everything. This is me, baby. All right. Thanks for listening, y'all. God bless and one love.